Hi and welcome to ReadyBoss TV. Today I want to speak about um, one thing specifically, and this is a major thing because this is what makes most investors lose a lot of money. So what I'm speaking about today is the fear of missing out. Fear of missing out is more or less an emotion that drives you to do what you're not supposed to do, specifically because you think you're missing out on something. So I'll use an example. Um, Bitcoin started in 2008, and Bitcoin started at about 1 cent of a dollar. For those who bought Bitcoin at 1 cent of a dollar, if they had held on to Bitcoin up until recently, 2022, let's say 2021, when Bitcoin was at its peak at $63,000, so they would have made a lot of money. Now, for new investors or for investors in different spaces trying to get into the crypto space, so these investors may study the history of Bitcoin and then see how this asset has grown from 1 cent to thousands of dollars, and then maybe just jump in, thinking the asset is just going to keep growing. The issue is today, 2022, Bitcoin has dropped so much. Bitcoin has fallen so much from $63,000. It's trading around less than $20,000 right now. So fear of missing out, you think you're losing on what you haven't invested in, you think you're going to lose out on what the asset may gain in the future. The issue is if you don't keep this fear in check, you end up losing a lot of money. Another scenario I'm going to paint is a good trader who has traded through the year and has made like 30% on his entire portfolio. He then opens his trading platform and sees a new asset, sees a new stock, sees a new crypto that's going up astronomically. Crypto is going up 4,000%. He sees it rising to 6,000%, and he goes crazy. Basically sells off all his assets, all his remaining assets, and then jumps on this crypto thinking he can just jump on the next 1,000% and then sell off. The problem is these things usually don't go like that. What typically happens is once you do that, you find that the coin or the asset starts falling because it most likely has reached its peak. The assets fall so hard that you lose everything you've earned plus your capital. So sometimes we need to sit back when we have this fear of missing out feelings or FOMO feelings and look at our portfolio and then see what our goals are. Have I made my goals this year? Did I say I was going to make 30%? Was that my target? Did you make that 30%? Did you make that 10%? Stick to that. Yes, your friend is making to 2,000%. That's his own story. If you jump on the train and think that you're going to make 1,000% like your friend, you most likely end up losing your money. So this is one of the major things. I think this is the most important thing an investor has to put in mind when investing, because it affects every single person. Even seasoned investors tend to fall for this trap one time or the other. They may not discuss it, they may not bring it out, but the fear of missing out is a very, very powerful emotion. It makes you do stupid things, makes you do things that are not not wise. So, fair example, like in normal life, you have a friend that has made some money from the lottery, and your friend basically starts buying cars and things, and then you earning an honest living in your job, start to take your assets or sell your assets to buy cars, take some loans to buy a new house and stuff like that. You can't keep up with that. Basically, you're afraid of missing out on the fact that he's elevating at a very fast pace. You're afraid of losing out on something, but most likely not losing out on anything. You find out that when you don't sell those things and when you don't buy those new things, nothing changes, and your friend is most likely going to lose all his money anyway. So it's best for us to keep this in mind when we make these choices, and they really affect how we succeed. Um, like to say we try to bring out tips. These are simple tips you may have heard, but we try to make them in simple terms. These are tips you may have heard in other places, but we try to bring them down in simple, relatable terms. How does this affect me? FOMO affects you a lot because FOMO drives most behaviors. I mean, most consumer behaviors. As an investor, you're also a consumer because you're also buying assets. So FOMO tends to drive so many purchases, so many sales. You have to keep that in mind. You have to have a very good plan. Stick to your plan. Discipline is very important. Take away the emotion, take away the fear and the greed, and most likely you succeed. This is your first time on the channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. We're going to try to bring out more nice videos like this. Sorry about the audio, it's going to get better. But just for now, we're trying to push out as much information as possible.